Well, what's going on, everyone? I know, unexpected live stream. Oh, you'll be in a bit? Cool. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Yep, it's pizza time. I got two slices of cauliflower pizza and a slice from Domino's. So don't worry, also having the salad with that. So let's just enjoy this night. Chainsaw Man, I never heard of that. So let me go. I guess you're wanting to. I'll send you a link via Instagram or something, Quinn. Since I definitely have deactivated my Facebook, and then believe it or not, I don't plan on being on Facebook anymore. So yeah, let's go back to the good old days of Friday nights when you were just chilling with a buddy or buddies, pizza nights. Those were the days, or the good old days, I should say. Okay, I know I've. Okay. All right, Quinn, I've sent you the link. What's up, Mega, Robbie? It's called Irish. It's an Irish, the thing pretty much called sea fever. That's cool. This is good. Well, this cauliflower pizza is pretty decent. I bought it at my cafeteria where I work. It's a personal pizza. Won't be totally big, but here's the thing: it only cost me $6.05. That's not bad, I have to admit. It's better than going to Austin's Pizza and paying $12, $13 for that pizza. I'll be in soon. Okay, it'll be in soon. Okay, cool. I don't know when it'll be over, but we'll see. Whoops. I got the O. No worries, man. Oh, that's cool. It's not available in the U.S. Damn. Wonder if they have it on eBay or something. What are we doing? Oh, over there. What's going on, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights? Sometimes my touchscreen acts. So no worries. Chainsaw Man is amazing. Holy shit. That's cool. Hopefully you're having a blast watching it. This is Domino's slice. Just for the fun of it. And get this a little bit, slice and ranch. Just for the hell of it. The cauliflower pizza is more on thin crust, sadly. I must have overloaded the man. Slices starting to fall apart. Had too much stuff on it. Too much. Didn't put enough. Well, It's pepperoni, sausage, fresh jalapeno, and mushroom. No, I've heard some interesting things about it. I've definitely saw the trailer. It looked interesting, but I just never got around to seeing it. Papa John's? I don't know, man. The last time I tried Papa John's, I wasn't too impressed. Maybe they changed their sauce because then again, it was cold pizza, so it probably doesn't taste as good. But I know my good friend Andy seems to like Papa John's. So the free garlic butter did. Oh, that's cool. I definitely save myself from eating the rest of this because there's not really. There's a little bit of cheese, but no. There's not even toppings on there. Very funny. Oh, so there's a bit more comedy in there to be expected. That's cool. Mm-mm-mm. So how did Nicholas Holt do in the movie? Was he getting good? I mean, I know the other, the main star, Ralph Fiennes is in it, and so is Anna Taylor-Joy. I imagine they gave all good performances, regardless. Yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and check it out. Hopefully, if I find time for it. Really, the character you love to hate. That's a commendable job on the actress part. So that's shows you how great of an actor Ralph Fiennes is. So there we go. To the menu, and I'm having a great tasting cauliflower pizza and salad. Oh, so you meant Nicholas Holt's character? Wow, kind of rooting for Fiennes. That's interesting. Hey, John, what's going on, man? If you want to come in, feel free. But if you got something going on, that's cool. So now I got 4 people. It's very interesting because what's going on, Ty? Now I got 5. Cool. Excuse me. Robbie acknowledging Ty. I'm gonna rest on the food for a bit. Even though I just got back from working at FedEx Express. Okay, so you're in bed, not the. Excuse me. Not the night out you once were, huh? Yeah. That's all right. Okay, let's see. This history. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah. Tell me about my new score, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care right now. It's irrelevant. Yeah, go for it. Dread is a good movie. Been thinking about it lately. Well, go for it. So, what was it good? Oh, yeah. was going to invite Ty. I did invite Quinn. He said he'll be on after the episode's over. So now I got 6 people. This is interesting. Wonder who that would be. Jesse R. What's up, Scotty? Nothing much. Just we got back from my part-time shift at FedEx Express, so been a long day. Is Tom Cruise the last true movie star? Yeah, I guess so. Whether you agree or disagree with his, Scientology beliefs, I think even Steven Spielberg recently said that he saved Hollywood, so that should mean something. So, and Quinn, hey, come on, show up. There we go. Yeah, Dread 2012. I wish I would have seen it in theaters, but they did a poor job of advertising that film, and plus, there was very little 2D showings and more 3D showings than there were. So, there you go. But I got it on Blu-ray, so. And Robbie acknowledging Quinn on that. Yeah, Dread's definitely fun. 7 people. I think this is like the highest amount I've seen. So, Jesse R., if you're wondering about any Cowboys news, all I know is that supposedly the Cowboys would franchise tag Pollard if they can't come to a deal. If anything, here's what I would actually franchise tag. I'd actually franchise tag LVE instead of Pollard. I think you can resign Pollard for cheap. Hopefully the Cowboys can find some kind of deal for him. Just, a bit of Cowboys news right there. So, all right. See if I can get a. I'm trying to remember which one. Is it the. Hey, Ty, I keep forgetting. Is it the 96 email or 98? I can't remember now. Okay. Never played all the Silent Hill games, but you think I don't know. If they're going to bring him back, then he needs to take a pay cut or restructure his contract. That's what I would do. Aren't you kind of agreeing with that statement? Well, I don't know. You can maybe make a case for Brad Pitt, I guess, too, if that's possible. Gosh, who else? Let's see. There's only $4 on the Xbox. That's cool. You're thinking about going to the postal service, USPS. Well, that's your call, man. I guess so. The truck driving job is taking a bit of a toll on you. I can understand that. I've heard bad things over the years, but at that price, I thought it was worth checking out. Well, it's $4. You can spend it on worse things, I'd say. Could have swore I was a moderator, darn you. I think you were. Haven't gotten a chance to check it out. I could have swore you were a mod on my channel. I don't know what happened. I didn't really remove anybody on that, so. Okay, I'm going to finish the healthy salad first. Oh. Sadly, not quite healthy because I used ranch. But I did put some mushrooms and some fresh jalapeno in here, and it's a salad mix. I thought I had some bell peppers somewhere, but I guess I didn't. That's good. Cannot wait for the remake. Notice the 4 in there. So, Ty, which email was your email if you're still in the chat? I'm surprised Sam's not popping in. Maybe he's busy. So that's dressing. What the hell? All right, back. Okay. Some water. Give some. Okay, some water. Damn, John. No, I just realized that's pretty damn dangerous. Almost wiped out a 53-foot long trailer. Jeez. Excuse me. Damn. Gonna buy that soon. All the CODs. Call of Duty. Cool. I still don't have the latest PS5. Heard with activity vibes from the kitchen. Guess it's that wide shot. Sadly, they lived in a house. I don't live in a house, so I'm SOL on that. And apparently, in Austin, it's probably one of the most expensive places to own a home now these days. Sadly. And Quinn's saying up to come in. All right, cool. Been a while since I've had you in my stream. Can't remember the last time you came in. It's probably been months, maybe a year. Okay, done with the 20-calorie cola. Just set that right there. And probably because all the Californians moved there. And probably certain political members did too. So that's probably another thing. Ty.Junebug. Okay, let me see. Okay. Okay, Ty. Okay, yeah, that's probably the one right there. Okay. I've sent you the link now, Ty. You should be. It was one of those things I tried thinking what I might like to do. The kind of trucking requires serious patience. I moved on from it and pursue something better. Hey, it's your life, man. You want to pursue something better, go for it. You know, if you feel like the trucking job in general is a little too stressful for you, hey, you gotta find something that you really enjoy and thrive in. So I'd say go for that. Man, moving a lot of those packages can be. No wonder why they have us do a lot of stretches first. Something with like doing this. Excuse me again. I'm burping a lot. That soda will do that to you. But yeah, that tends to happen. That's why you do all your stretches, get the body going. Rather deal with the post. Hey, what's going on, Ty?
Not much.
So hey, John, if you want to deal with it, hey, man, so you won't go back to UPS, but you'll definitely give USPS a try. So that's going to be very interesting. So I hope you get something in there. Hopefully, you know somebody. And I got Quinn in here.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going.
How do you like this? It's my my discount Decker look.
Oh, the background?
No, well, I mean, technically the background plays into it, but it's Blade Runner. Oh, 1 second.
Looks nice.
Thank you. A lot of this is my footage. I'm very proud of it.
As you should be.
How's it going, folks?
Yeah.
Just glad to be home from work after another rest day.
I was just watching Chainsaw Man. Fuck, that show was great.
Was this something recent?
I believe the first season is this year release, or maybe late last year, because I remember at Anime Expo, it was a big deal. Because it was just releasing.
That's not fun, Robbie.
Oh no, yeah, that was bad.
Oh, was something broken? I know Dr. Visit just brought a wrist support. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully your tendons are okay and everything.
Yeah.
No ligaments were messed up.
Just take a shot of whiskey. You'll be all right.
Oh man, though, Robbie, next time you're over, we gotta watch Chainsaw Man. It's so sick.
Man.
It's incredible storytelling. I think a great way to describe it was I'd seen it basically described as It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but like there's demons. There's also levels of like Strike Back, but again with devils.
Huh.
It's great because they're like anti-terrorism force in a world that has like devils that form contracts with people for power.
Yeah, interesting. A lot of those.
Very interesting.
Yes, too, as well, John. So hopefully you can definitely get some kind of position with them, whether it be clerical work or being a driver. So yeah, watch that shitty zombie military movie.
Oh yeah, Redcon. That's it's such a great name too for that type of movie. It just sucks how much it sucks. Weird levels of production value too. Like there's some shots that are like, yeah, I kind of see what they're going for, but also it's like, wait, hang on, that wasn't shitty CG. That was just a flash paper prop. Wow, why didn't they just do the CG?
That's what he's talking about, apparently.
Oh, nice. Yeah. For the theme of what Redcon 1 or Redcon, yeah, was it Redcon or Redcon 1? I forget. For what the theme of that movie was, for what it was trying to be, though, I wish it had been better for that name, because that name's so sick for that type of movie.
So has anyone ever had supper late at 10 o'clock? It's been a while for me.
I mean, I'm a fat guy. I just like eating, so I'm like a big mouse. I'll eat at any time.
Yeah, I probably technically should have done that, but the last thing I ate before I went to work was I had sardines and green beans, and that was it. That was to at least get my protein and vegetable in there. So yeah, remember that little problem I had with my car, Quinn, the oil pressure light? I think I mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well. Even despite all that, came back on again. And eventually, what ended up happening is I had to get a motor. I think maybe you did sort of see it when I talked about it in the chat, but I had to get a used motor to put in my car. Cost the total for labor and everything cost me about $3,400. So yeah,
Jesus,
that put a huge dent in what I was saving up. But
yeah, I have a buddy right now who he has this. It's a crappy Dodge truck, but. The problem right now is the fuel pump is bad, and but he loves that truck so much that he's willing to pay more than he actually paid for the truck to get it repaired. It's like, dude, I understand you like the truck, but you're paying more than you actually paid for it. You know.
Is the fuel pump really that high in the price?
It's more other stuff too, and it's a Dodge, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I wish I could find a car for around 3,000, but lately, people on Craigslist are wanting extremely high price amounts for their vehicles. So there you go.
It's like a fucking. It's an RC car. It's like 5,000. No negotiations. I know what I've got.
Well, either that or the really cheap cars on Craigslist. It's like, okay, I don't know if I trust this guy.
I know what I've got. That's the FUD mating call, I think. I know what I've got. And it's just some fucking old Nagant rifle that they destroyed all artistry from with their dumb sporterizations. I love those guys. Those are very funny guys. I know what I got.
You know, what I love is sometimes going down the rabbit hole though of Craigslist ads. Sometimes though, some people.
Yeah.
You know what else is funny? I'm sorry, that got me in a loop of thinking. There's a couple guys on Twitter that occasionally, I think it might just really be like one or two guys looping accounts, that they're LARPing the fed up, like, ex-SWAT guy was the first one, and then they just post the most god-awful kit. It's like, this is my kit as a SWAT officer, and it's like, dog shit. This is dog shit kit. Holy shit, I'd hope my SWAT team's equipped better.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, I served. It's like this stolen valor shit where it's so obviously fake for anyone who's paying attention. I love those guys so much. And they just double down and keep getting dunked on. It rules.
Yeah. I see John has talked about The Whale. Like, I actually liked the movie, but it was just depressing.
Yeah, I agree. It's draining.
Well, yeah, it's Aronofsky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's his vibe.
I know. I think it wouldn't. I think it'd be more. And I want to see like maybe a more inspiring story. Like, what if he actually tried to lose all the weight? You know.
That's when have you ever seen that in an Aronofsky movie?
Well, maybe if it wasn't directed by Darren Aronofsky, it would have been more inspiring. You know.
Then it would have sucked.
Like, I mean, I think that would be pretty inspiring. A fat guy trying to lose all that weight. You know.
Yeah, but I think.
Yeah, sure, but like. I don't know. That's not that's literally the intent of Aaron Aronofsky movies. You're there. You're depressed, and there's no hope. That's his style.
Yeah, it's pretty grim, dark.
Yeah,
stuff.
Misery porn. That's what he does.
Yeah, I get that. I just think.
And then that weird, like, super semi-cyberpunk Jewish movie.
I think it would just been more. I just think it would be more inspiring.
It's Hebrew punk. Yeah, make that your movie. Like, you do it then, man.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. Kabbalah punk. That's what pi is. It's Kabbalah punk.
Okay, then I'll cast Jean-Claude Van Damme needs to come back. Cast Jean-Claude Van Damme as a fat guy, and he has to lose all the weight.
What would have been really funny is I see people talking about how they could have cast a plus size actor. And it's like, yeah, that's Brendan Fraser's plus sized, guys. He's just not 600 pounds. Like, what would have been really funny is to hire like someone who's like 350, maybe 400, but someone who's like still mobile. And then also they'd still have to do the fat suit, but then they don't tell anyone they do the fat suit bit. They just pretend that's the guy that he really looks like.
I mean, well, we don't have any. We don't. Think of another actor that's. I mean, Brendan Fraser's lost the weight now.
No, he's still considered plus size.
Well, he's losing the weight. Let's just say.
Yeah, but he's still considered plus size, which defeats the entire complaint.
Yeah,
they did get round. It's like the entire complaint is the reality of what happened. Like that, what you wish happened. This person on Twitter happened.
That's just the Twitter. That's just the Twitter mob.
Yes, I know. That's funny though. It's a hysterical thing.
Well, did Brendan Fraser wear a fat suit or something?
He had to, yeah, because he's not 600 pounds, but it's not what plus size is.
Right.
It's a person not understanding the term they're using to wish it was the term.
Yeah, that's Brendan.
Ty, you should make your own movie about weight loss story and call it Pie. And then pretend it's the Darren
Or you can say,
Aronofsky movie, but it's
Thai
a
pie.
parody.
Thai pie. A more uplifting story, right?
It'd be shot. It'd use the aesthetics of the movie Pie by Aronofsky, but it'd be the story of the whale with weight loss, and also still the Kabbalah aspect of Pie.
Didn't that movie come out in 2000 or something? Or
I believe 99. I'm not sure on that.
I was gonna say 99.
I mean, maybe. But
Maybe
I don't know.
97.
I don't know if that's really my forte to direct that type of movie about weight loss, because I'm a fat guy and I don't plan on losing weight. I mean, when I die,
So then,
I
why
die.
would you say Aronofsky should have changed his truth?
Because I think that would have been a more just inspiring story.
Then why don't you tell the story?
Doesn't seem like my style.
So what you do is tell a different story, but you still would expect another artist to compromise to tell the story you want to see told?
No, I'm just saying I think that would have made the movie better, but it's his vision, so whatever. Well, who am I to judge? But
I mean, yeah, that's kind of my point, I guess.
I guess you would. Oh, by the way, John sent something about Tom Sizemore. He just recently passed away. Dead at 61.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
I didn't get a chance to look at what happened.
Well,
do we know what happened? Was it? I know
a lot of crazy shit about him.
Alcohol. Would you say? Quentin?
Just there's crazy shit on him. It sucks.
He had a brain aneurysm, and basically, from the family took him off life support.
Yeah, brain aneurysm. That sucks. I know that he has his struggles in Hollywood. I mean, I can't even remember the last theatrical film he appeared in. I think it's been quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fuck theatrical film. What about last good film?
Yeah, what was the last good film he was in?
What, maybe?
He was so good in Strange Days. Holy shit.
What, maybe? I think he was in it because it's been a while since I've seen it. I think Black Hawk Down maybe was the last.
He's in good stuff post Black Hawk Down. Pretty sure.
I like to think he was in something decent after that. I definitely remember his small role in True Romance. If you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. I got the blue though.
Oh, definitely. You definitely will. You'll definitely like it.
I'm sure. There's movies where it's like I know the basics about it, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna like that. I don't even need to watch it. I know I'll like it.
Yeah.
I'm always right when I end up watching it, though. It's like, oh yeah, I knew I just like that. Oh man, though. If there's a more, I was also watching Cowboy Bebop because I did the music video today. I released it of "Mr. Goodnight" by Free Dominguez set to footage from the Cowboy Bebop movie, which might be the most aggressively early 2000s thing I'll ever do. Oh boy, that turned out good.
Yeah. But I think it's really weird the Julian Sand thing. That guy's how he's missing, and he was like an experienced hiker and all that stuff.
What?
The actor Julian Sands, he's missing, and he's been missing since like early January.
Oh,
He's still missing?
Yeah, he's still
how
missing.
did that come up?
Damn.
He's like was an experienced hiker. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Illuminati got him or something.
Yeah, maybe.
John asked who could have played the whale in the 90s besides Brandon. That's an interesting one.
Chris Farley.
I mean, yeah, that's the one who would have done it.
John
He
Candy.
had to lose the weight too a little bit, or wait, no, he doesn't lose the weight in the movie.
I just thought of a good one. A serious actor, Michael Chiklis. He could have been good.
Yeah, but I think that would probably have to go to a funny guy.
In the 80s, maybe he would have been too old, but Orson Welles.
Actually, maybe Chiklis could have been great.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, yeah, no, that would have been pretty good.
He did play the thing, so. That was probably his.
Well, no,
most-
he's also got like a steely intensity that's really like. He's a guy I would like to see him play vulnerable.
Yeah, I think he can do that.
Yeah.
He can also, if he's still acting, I would assume he is. He can still be a good Kingpin, I think.
A little too short.
I don't think he's that short.
Like 5'7".
Michael Chiklis is only 5'7".
He's like 5'7", 5'9", something like that.
Which, let me see, Michael Chiklis. American actor.
Because the Kingpin's supposed to be
He's
like,
5'9". I'm sure he still can pull it off.
I mean, the Kingpin's supposed to be like 6'5".
Oh, really? Yeah. I guess that's why they cast Michael Clark Duncan for that.
And he was still the best Kingpin. So
No, D'Onofrio's pretty great.
yeah, D'Onofrio was good, but I don't know that aesthetic of the. At that point, I just checked out of superhero movies, so I was like, I'm kind of just done, you know.
Oh, you missed out then. Daredevil.
Yeah, Robert Gibson and Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider
Oh,
absolutely is who would have played him. Holy shit! God damn it!
I forgot about him.
Fuck.
Still like the
God,
idea.
it wasn't in the '90s then.
I still like the idea in the '80s though. Orson Welles.
Yeah, maybe he can play the older version of the well.
Yeah.
Like maybe he briefly lose the weight, then he gained it back.
No. The great thing about Orson Welles is he wouldn't have to lose the weight. Orson Welles is already fat.
And John says, as much as I don't want to think about it with Julian Sands, do you think why he hasn't been found yet is because maybe it's not just bad weather, but maybe wildlife caught him? I don't know. It's a possibility. Maybe he's so in touch with nature. Maybe he decided to touch nature back. I don't know.
Maybe we'll find like, I know he's like in his late 50s, but maybe we'll find him like 20 years later, and he's like Tarzan or something, you know?
Maybe. I was gonna say, Robbie, he's been. If you heard the movie Warlock, he was in the first two Warlock films. I don't know if you're familiar with that franchise, Quinn.
Not really, no.
And then he appeared in Arachnophobia, the Spider movie. That might ring a bell.
Yep.
Something else.
He's a that guy actor. You know, you'll Google him and like, oh, I've seen him in blank.
Yeah,
movies.
a character actor like Toblowski.
Very serious character actor. If I recall, he was also in a movie that is called Boxing Helena. Supposedly Kim Basinger signed up to be in there, but something with their contract. I don't know the story about the contract. She was paid this much, and she didn't want to do it, and she had.
Who's Julian Sands? I bet that Anakin Skywalker guy hates him. Maybe did we consider Anakin got him?
Who knows? Maybe the Sand People eventually got. Maybe it was the Sand People that got to him.
They took him back.
No. What? Wait, he was in like the one of the trails in California. So, and I know the Ewoks live there, so maybe the Ewoks got him.
Maybe.
And we all know what the Ewoks did to the stormtroopers,
Damn,
right?
the jokes I could make if we were not on YouTube right now.
Maybe you can make them off screen if you want.
I'll forget about him by then.
I mean, hey, you know what? Maybe making off jokes like that will give Scotty more subscribers.
Coulda. Unfortunately, the game we play.
If we find an ice later and be the new.
As we found out with Matt, some people don't appreciate spicy jokes.
Yeah.
That shit's hella lame.
Or maybe he hooked up with one of the without the paddle, one of those nature girls. Maybe he found one of them and decided to stay with them.
Matt, hang on, what?
Anyone remember without the paddle?
Are we back on Sands? And where he is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the riff now, okay.
I remember that movie. The sequel sucks.
I mean, yeah, I noticed it didn't have any of the original cast members in it, and I think it went straight to video anyways.
That was a National Lampoon, right?
Without a Paddle, there was a sequel to that movie, believe it or not.
Yeah, it was under the National Lampoon label, right?
No.
No.
I think it
Well,
was.
it's in
I wonder
that
why I
same.
thought that.
It's in that same vibe. It's that
Yeah,
like
that might be why I was thinking that.
it's like that those early 2000s comedies, which
Oh yeah, it was very early 2000s for sure.
which was like definitely probably one of the last good generations for comedy. So
Finch Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I guess that was like the later one. So what's up, Sam?
So
Always watching.
yeah, he was. Yeah, he was in the that version of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah.
Swedish.
Man, I was so excited that they cast Kinnaman in that as the guy that was going to be set up for the next movies. Because that character, there's some fun stuff with that character in the original movie versions.
Yeah,
Not much, Sam. Just chilling. How about you, man?
the Swedish versions are the best, though.
I love the Fincher version. I love the Swedish version, but I love the Fincher version.
Yeah,
I don't know what he could have done if he could have done those sequels, though. Those are wild.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to rein them in.
Okay, Sam. No worries.
I do. Oh, I like both versions, but the Swedish versions are the better versions, I think. So.
I mean, sure, whatever. I don't care which is better. I like both. I don't pit them against each other.
Yeah, I'm assuming, Robbie, you're talking about Without a Paddle, right?
Because they're good in like different ways, and both are very appealing.
Right.
Where's my car? Okay, cool. Well, oh yeah, that's a fun movie.
Like there's a slick edginess to the originals, where there's a more grungy realness to the Fincher version.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate both, and I believe that both have a real valuable place with that story.
It's both of them are better than that crappy one they made a few years ago or so, based on one of the sequel books.
Well, yeah, it's not even written by the original guy, because he died before the first movie, before the first release of the book, if I recall correctly.
I think he got to see the release of the first book.
He didn't see its success or something.
Yeah, he didn't see its success. And then there's drama with his not widow, basically, because it was his partner for many years. Basically, she can't collect his estate, but the book companies want to. They're just profiting. They're just making money off of his books. I mean, hey,
contracts suck.
Yeah. Well, even Sweden, they don't recognize her because they weren't married.
Weren't legally married. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why contracts and shit like that are fucking awful when it's predatory.
Uh-huh. That's why I never don't sign a contract unless you're with your lawyer.
Yeah, I can see Jake Gyllenhaal. I can possibly say Hugh Jackman is still maybe a star. For the younger ones, I guess you can say maybe Tom Holland, maybe hopefully Adam Driver, because that at 65 movie looks kind of cool. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
I don't know. I mean, I think what they mean by Tom Cruise being the last movie star, it's maybe. I think a lot of it comes more with just him, basically. I mean, what actors now, I guess, command that screen like Tom Cruise? And, that people go see the movie just because they're in it. Like, even with Tom Holland, we can't say that because...
Yeah, we can.
The Uncharted movie... Aside from Spider-Man, the Uncharted movie flopped.
Yeah, but he has an audience of people that will go see it because of him. Believe me, I've interacted with those annoying nerds on Twitter. Yeah,
but then why didn't they go see the Uncharted movie?
They were just the only ones who did. It's smaller than Tom Cruise.
Exactly.
I have people who will go see my shit for me. Not much. And only if it's pretty convenient, but yeah, I don't know.
And
it's a scalable concept, fandom.
And Adam Driver, I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know if 65 looks that great. It just looks like they couldn't get the rights to Dino Crisis, so they made their own movie. You know?
I think that should be applauded. Dino Crisis is sick.
Yeah.
People should do fan stuff at a high level. Although the poster looks like, I saw this take on Twitter that the poster looks like absolutely has the energy of one of the last posters before they put up in the apocalypse type deals. That's the exact energy it has. It looks like a poster that would be in the Last of Us video game. That's one of the last movies released before the fucking end.
Yeah. I don't know. And Jake Gyllenhaal, I mean...
Yeah, he's fantastic. I'll see any movie he's in.
I mean, yeah, he's good. I mean, not Roadhouse, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a selling point for Roadhouse, in my opinion.
I'm not.
Like, have you seen him? How jacked he got for it?
Oh, I'm just not gonna see Roadhouse.
Why?
Because
it looks. Why?
Because he's no Patrick Swayze. We don't need a Roadhouse.
We doesn't need to be a Patrick Swayze. He's great at making unique making unique personalities out of something that isn't necessarily entirely original. Like, what is his personalities go?
I don't know.
He absolutely could do an archetypal fucking Dalton.
I
don't know how you wouldn't be able to see that.
I just don't see the point in the Roadhouse remake, really, aside from money.
Yeah, but like, everything, it's a business. Like, come on, it's a business. Of course they're gonna do that. It's all damage control about artistic integrity, but that's making movies themselves, is that.
Oh, good night, John.
Jake's one of like the best actors around in his class right now.
He has gotten better.
Pattinson. Like, they're truly masters of the craft.
He has gotten a lot better as an actor. I'll give him that. So, remember at least around the like early 2000s, I don't think he was that great, but he got better as an actor.
What would you say are his low points?
What about Donnie Darko? Didn't you like that film, Ty?
It was pretty good. He was good in that.
I'm not a fan of that surrealness type of story, so not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, but it is for quite a lot of people.
There's
a reason that's considered a classic. Also, hey, Patrick Swayze movie. Great Patrick Swayze movie there, too.
I would say, like, when he stopped getting out of the teen dramas, he became a good actor. Like, what
teen dramas was he bad in, though?
Bubble Boy.
I have to admit, I did find Bubble Boy kind of funny. I mean,
okay, I didn't see it. I'm not asking this as a gotcha. I haven't seen Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy. I actually did not really like him that much in Day After Tomorrow.
Really?
Okay.
He was decent in that movie. I mean, I liked Dennis Quaid a little more, but he was good.
Yeah, I just thought he sucked in that movie, honestly. And I would say, like after not the movie, but like after Prince of Persia, he got better as an actor.
Okay.
I have fully yet to see Prince.
So then, why shouldn't he be Dalton? Patrick's not at a fucking 100% career either.
I don't. Patrick Swayze, it's more the presence, I guess. He had that cool presence to me. Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't kind of have that Dalton presence as a bouncer, really. And believe me, that takes place in Kansas City. I've been to some of those bars. Jake Gyllenhaal does not have that type of like bouncer presence at some of those, because some of those guys are rough-looking guys. And Patrick
Swayze was an outsider.
Yeah.
Did he come from out of state, like New York or something? He's like a merc bouncer. He's like bouncer merc.
Yes, but he still had that, because I think it's just because Patrick Swayze was from Texas. He still kind of had that attitude a little bit. It's Southern
enthusiasm. It's a tough mentality of it's the dangerous man thing.
Listen, in Kansas, people have two favorite movies. It's either Twister or Roadhouse, and I have been to some of those bars that are based in Kansas City, and those bouncers, look more like Patrick Swayze than Jake Gyllenhaal. Maybe it's more for me.
Like how? What?
Presence wise, it's how they carry
What?
themselves.
Okay, like what are the physical characteristics of the look of that then?
I don't know how to describe it. More Midwest toughness, and Patrick
Okay,
Swayze.
but like, what are the traits of that description?
It's one of those things you're gonna have to see it more because you're from California.
It's not though. It's not like a uniquely. What you're talking about is not uniquely Kansas.
It's basically like a manly man.
It's just a tough dude.
Yeah. Manly man would describe it.
That's most tough. That's any tough dude. Those exist everywhere, my guy.
Yeah, but
there's as little unique about Kansas as there is about LA.
It's more of a culture thing.
Then it's not a physical look thing, is it?
Culture.
Right. What's an actor's job?
To act and shut up and let the director direct.
An actor's job is to portray a character that's grown up in a culture.
Or shut up and let the director direct.
Yeah, those are not exclusive things. So what you're saying is that you actually don't have faith in the director to act and to find someone who encapsulates that culture.
I don't have faith in a lot of directors now. So,
Robbie,
do you have faith in yourself as a director? Because you just kind of threw away your franchise to me and Robbie.
Robbie was asking if Jeremy Renner would have been a better choice.
Renner would have been great.
Maybe. I mean, well, it's because I didn't want to do a franchise to Holiday Intruder first.
You just gave it up to us.
Exactly.
But then why did you want? You said you did want to do that or didn't?
I didn't.
So then why were you doing it in the first place?
The public wanted it, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not sure my path wasn't even in the other two.
I can respect that.
To the other movies, so it's like
know when to give up. That's a good way. That's a good thing to know. Know your limits is a good thing to learn.
But I still have 2 more shots to film, and then I'm done with the Holiday.
By the way, how did you like the footage? It was sick, wasn't it?
Interesting.
You didn't even get the sound on that because we had wolves howling in the set. It got real fucking moody.
Yeah, I like.
I enhanced that in the mix. It's sweet.
I'm not gonna say because Disney secrecy, but I like the case that it's based on. But no.
God, I can't wait to show off my cut of that scene. It's so fucking moody.
So how is y'all's collaboration on the film going? Everything going according to plan?
Huh?
The collaboration that y'all are doing on that film.
I did the footage for the part we're doing. At some point, we're gonna do a movie based on the Tower of Babel concept. I've got a couple ideas of utilizing it as like a weapon that's based primarily on intelligence and knowledge, like it's a computer tower from an ancient civilization.
As long as you guys do follow the rules with the Holiday Intruder that I gave Robbie, so that's all I care about.
This has nothing to do with Holiday Intruder. This is a separate thing.
Well, Tower of Babel, I mean.
Yeah, it's an entirely separate thing.
Yeah. But
I would not attach Holiday Intruder name to the Tower of Babel project I got. It just would make no sense to be in that thing. Like,
could always put the Junebug Films logo in front of it.
Why? It has nothing to do with you, though. It's a separate concept.
Man,
it's my artistic expression of my ideas now.
And I could be be a studio head.
With what money?
Well, I got to rob the bank first.
Yeah, you got to produce the money to be a producer.
Yep. I mean, you got to rob the bank.
Is that on me? Hang on. Huh. Wonder what that is. This side. Oh, it's my mic. No, it's not. What is that? Oh. Got distracted. Sorry.
Hey, what's going on, Jeremy? It's mine and mine.
I've had the Tower of Babel idea since I read The Locked Room, Robbie. Shut up. No dibs, you son of a bitch.
Hey. I was going to also ask, how does Cocaine Bear look to y'all? Does it look funny?
Huh?
Cocaine Bear, the movie that came
Oh, I
out
didn't see it.
I think it was either last week or this week.
Looks fun.
It looks it looks fun. It looks like it's kind of meant to be stupid, you know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Somehow, I don't know where cocaine
Yeah.
falls, and then the bear
Um,
throws the ball, and he goes killing spree.
But I want to. Yeah, although the Asylum version looks a lot better.
Really?
Attack of the Meth Crocodile or something like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we also got the prequel in Annihilation that's a bear dosed with genetics.
Yeah, you know, maybe that's what we need to pitch. I don't know, the heroin
Horse.
Komodo dragon. You know,
No, I think horse plays better.
the heroin horse.
Somehow, that works better because horse is also a euphemism for heroin. That's what you call it, horse.
Huh. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know too much about drugs, so.
It's a fascinating world.
Well, I mean, he is a comedian, so.
Yeah.
So he has his experience.
I can walk into a shop here and buy shrooms for $16. It's pretty great.
Or what if we did like the speed? I don't know. I have it. The Speed Rabbit.
Something like that, Night of the Lupus style.
Yeah. Rabbits on speed. Because according to Lemmy, said that's the only drug to take.
Well, yeah, it's like Monty Python, a bunch of those, essentially. Instead of the size of it, it's not Night of the Lepus, but it's Night of the Lepus, but instead of size, it's speed and ferocity.
How does Creed 3 look to y'all?
I'm not seeing.
I've not seen a single Rocky movie.
I'm not seeing Creed 3.
Yeah.
Let's just say I've heard.
I like how openly a weeb Michael B. Jordan is now.
Let's just say I've heard.
Vegeta in movies, sick, nice.
Let's just say I've heard some stuff about Creed 3, and I'm not going to say it live.
Respecting the spoilers of movies you hate.
Well, John can elaborate if he's still here. I'm just not going to say it live because he gave me permission to say it on his channel. So,
breaking news! It's a scoop.
Yeah. Breaking news. The news isn't so good.
Breaking news! This guy doesn't like Creed 3 based on things he's heard about it. More at 11.
Yeah.
Imagine if that played on the news.
I was just,
Breaking news! It would be a better story than most stories on the news. Breaking news! Some internet guy doesn't like Creed 3. Internet man doesn't like movie he hasn't and refuses to see. More at 11.
well, if they mention my name, I want my money.
It'd be so. I mean, they're not obligated to do that if you've publicly voiced the opinion.
Oh yeah, in addition to the breaking news, Ernie Anestos decided to fuck a chicken. Like he meant to do.
I forget what loop that is. It's some kind of, hey, you made it public. We're just talking about it. They would be sharing to your channel, so it wouldn't be a matter of attribution. I forget what the legality on writing articles about that guy is. Because it wouldn't be framed as a negative. It'd be framed as, this is very interesting. That'd be something on Cracked. Some kind of weird, a clickhole article. Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan in Creed 3, he becomes Naruto, and he does the Naruto run and then a Kamehameha. And that's how he wins in Creed 3.
Yeah.
Through the power of the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, Michael Jordan is better though.
I don't know why. What?
Michael Jordan is a better Michael Jordan.
Yeah, because he's a separate dude. They're two separate people with two actually kind of separate names. He's not trying to be Michael Jordan. He's not a sports guy. In fact, Michael Jordan would be more trying to have been dipping his toes in the Michael B. Jordan realm. because I don't know how much basketball Michael B. Jordan plays, and that's regular Jordan's realm.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying Michael Jordan is better than Michael B. Jordan.
Like, on what grounds?
Are we talking about in
Because
terms
if
of
we're talking about basketball, absolutely. But if we're talking about actors, no. Michael B. Jordan's much better of an actor than Michael Jordan. I've seen both. It's like, I don't know, Michael B. Jordan could also be a better basketball player. I doubt it, but I haven't seen him play basketball, so I don't know.
I mean, I just think that, you know, I just think that, you know, there should only be one Michael Jordan.
Why?
And he should go by a stage name.
Why?
Because, well, look at Albert Brooks. His name is Albert Einstein, and he went by Brooks. He went by Brooks, so, you know, and so Michael B. Jordan should at least. It's
Why?
just like because it's a stage name, you know.
So?
It's just like the director. I like to call him not Steve McQueen.
Why? That's his fucking name.
Because he's not the Steve McQueen.
There's Steve McQueen. There's another director named Steve McQueen. What's this singularity bullshit?
But he's not. He's not.
Legally, I believe he is Steve McQueen.
Yes,
Wasn't the original Steve McQueen's name a stage name?
No.
Okay, but they're both legally Steve McQueen.
But yes, they are. But he even if he called himself Steve Queen.
So why does the other guy have to have a stage name? Who cares? What is he yes, like, is he too, like, is there something about him that makes him a lesser Steve McQueen than the other guy? Who has named to that originally? Like, what? There's never going to be another Steve McQueen now. We can't name children named McQueen with the McQueen surname Steve anymore, ever. It's ridiculous.
Like Junebug says.
Well, I mean, you could do that, but you could do that. But here's the thing: your children are going to be made fun of brutally if you name your child Steve McQueen.
No, they won't. What? It's a fine enough name. But also, it's like, yeah, kids suck. Duh.
Yeah.
They literally, any name will be made fun of as a kid. At least this one is a cool person to associate it with.
Right, but I'm just so no. I mean, I mean, we've talked about this before about.
So we should only have people, like, one person in the business with any name? It's silly.
Yeah, the only reason they did that back in the day was to avoid confusion, so...
Yeah, but we don't have that risk anymore. Like, it was also not just to avoid confusion, it was also some names are more marketable.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not, like, that's such a weird impulse to, like, oh, now there can only be one person that's famous with this name. That's, like, what? Why? It's silly. I don't know. I don't get confused because I say what I also associate them with what they've done, so I don't have a problem. Well, I just say the Steve McQueen who did this or the Steve McQueen who did that.
To be fair, they're not talking about us. Because we're movie buffs. You know, we're not the average public. We're just movie buffs who love movies and follow movies. They're more focused on, you know, the guy on the street that say, "Oh, I want to see this. Well, this looks cool."
The thing is, Steve McQueen has massive success, so I'm not sure he's not getting confused with anyone. Like, what? It's not like it's hurt him, and, like, are you really so concerned that other people will forget the act? Like, you want to bring do you want to bring into more people to knowing the other Steve McQueen? Is that the point of this?
I mean, in some ways, just because, you know, if you do something like that, you have more exposure to maybe him. Maybe people will forget about the Steve McQueen in the past because people don't watch movies past 1985.
Okay, but like that, if you're concerned about that, it's very easy to fix that problem.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the easier problems here to fix. Yeah. Is anyone you were concerned will forget the Steve McQueen you like? You can show them the movies that guy did.
Exactly.
Right, so that's not like a reason to like say, oh, like that's just a silly impulse to want to be like,
But-
oh, there should only be one Steve McQueen because there'll be confusion.
But
So
you
can solve that confusion very easily without having these weird like thoughts of like, well, he's got to change his fucking name.
or just sarcastically call that guy not Steve McQueen.
But that's such a weird thing. Like, it's a childish thing. I guess that's the weird part about it, is how childish it is.
But we're
that's why you feel like no one's ever going to be measuring up to the level that Steve McQueen, the actor.
Yeah, because he's the king of cool.
I understand that. But
There's lots of cool fucking filmmakers. I don't think there's one king of cool. I guess maybe it's because I'm against fucking or monarchy and shit, but like, that's such a silly term. There's so many different facets of cool.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Steve McQueen, even if he's not an actor, he could still, do a passable job in directing, whatever it is. He puts his
I'll acknowledge he's a great director.
Yeah, that's why it's so weird to be childishly like, well, he's not Steve McQueen. Yes, he's Steve McQueen, though, legally also.
Well, I just like... I
can get that with someone who adopted a stage name to, like, appeal, calling them, like, that, but, like, there's such a weird derision in the way you say it that's...
I'm still gonna sarcastically say not Steve McQueen because...
Okay, but I'm just saying, it's fine to do that, but that's, like, weird... That makes you look weird. I would suggest not.
I mean,
I would suggest it. It's my suggestion.
I mean, aren't we?
It's not a command.
But we're all weird.
No, I know, but that one's a weird to me. But again, it's not one I'm gonna fucking judge that harsh. I don't give a shit. I think it's just silly and it's not efficient.
I could tell you all sorts of weird stuff I did.
I can tell you a lot of weird stuff you did too, actually.
I was going to say...
You do some weird things, man.
Has this Steve McQueen acted before, or is he just strictly directed?
I think he's only directed. Maybe make cameos.
I think he's a director guy. I don't know.
If he's a talented director, he should stick with that path. I don't think
acting... He isn't trying to act, as far as I know.
Today, so, Steve McQueen is Steve McQueen, regardless. He could be a director, he could be a dancer, he could be a fucking ballerina artist for all I care. So
it is funny to find unique names that are very funny. There's some very funny ones to look up.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow, I did not think people still name their kids that. Damn.
I'm glad. Hey, I'm actually glad that Mecca, in his little news thing, finally referred to my stage name.
Yeah, that was a pretty good segment.
Well, folks, I think tomorrow is the day. What would that be exactly, Jeremy? If you do tell. I mean, I did put the link up if you want to come in. But if you're too tired or whatnot, it's cool. I'm not going to force you, especially since I'm going to be deleting my Facebook or on the version.
Yeah. I mean, I deleted it 10 years ago.
I know that.
Never looked back too, because Facebook is stupid.
Yeah, there's some fun times there. I'm in some good groups, and I'd rather not be not a part of that.
Well, I mean, I just deleted it because I fell out of love with it, and I found about
what was the incident?
I found out about my grandpa's death on Facebook, and it kind of just really bummed me out.
It's not Facebook's fault. What? I mean, it sucks. Condolences, but like,
well,
that's not like Facebook's fault that no one told you before Facebook. That is weird that no one did.
Yeah, well,
that's the relatives' issue there.
It is, I will say that, but it was more that it was an aunt who did that, and her father, my grandpa, got very angry even before when they were posting about his surgery because he just wanted to keep all that stuff private, not make it public on the internet, and I just felt that was very disrespectful of my aunt to do that.
I get that. That's immensely disrespectful. And I just don't see. I guess it's the weird connection you're making that to Facebook is what's throwing me off there.
So I kind of did it. I kind of had it for a while, and then it wasn't just fun for me anymore. So I just deleted it after that.
I guess I just did some very fun groups.
Mainly
my relatives. I guess I'm lucky enough to see most of their cringe posts. Not at all.
Yeah,
curated fun
timeline.
timeline.
Seeing was there was talks of her, since it's since it's 2023, I
I
graduated.
saw, by the way, Robbie, some of the writing in that segment was so good, so fucking depthful and subtle.
Yeah, the only group I noticed that was even being talked about was
I mean, hey,
my high school, and I don't know if I'm even in
Okay.
it. So that's that low battery. Okay.
yeah. I mean, hey, you know, it was a lot better. Robbie's new segments was a lot better than the Daily Wire crap.
God, Shapiro's so cringe.
I used to
I
really
can't. I
like.
personally can't look up to him because I'm 6'2", but also the other way. I guess we can relate because neither of us have made a woman wet in our lives. Heyo, heyo, trying out
Well,
bits.
well, I used to really like them, but I just kind of fell out of favor with them because, like, every story was the pretty much same thing, you know?
Well, yeah, it's also he doesn't withhold a lot of the values he actually says he does. It's very clearly not what he says he is.
Well, and I'm sorry, Ben Shapiro has one of the most annoying voices ever.
Doesn't he sell like Bible insurance or some stupid shit like that? Was it Bible insurance or gold insurance? I think it was Bible insurance, I recall. And that's just the stupidest concept, from what I understand of it, which is not much.
See, even as a Christian, I don't even know why you need Bible insurance. You know,
You don't.
I mean, because I could go out and buy a Bible right now on Amazon. You know,
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It can't just have been that, though, right? That's too fucking stupid. I have to be misrepresenting that somehow.
Ben Shapiro
I
tried
mean,
to
people have made money in dumber ways in America too. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised
they did
Ben
it like
Shapiro
Steven
was
Crowder
teamed up
with
Joel
cringe bits.
Osteen.
I'm not a fan of Steven Crowder. But he seems
no,
weird. I don't like him.
no, I mean, I don't know.
He's got that Ben Shapiro vibe about him where it's like, there's something about this guy he's not being upfront about. And it is probably something immensely petty that I would not give a shit, except he's being coy about it, things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I just don't find his shit funny either.
I'll just listen to Michael Franzese.
I don't know who that is right now.
He's a former capo regime in the Colombo crime family, and he has a YouTube channel. And
Yeah. That must be amazing. Goddamn. Just imagine the frustrated like mobsters that work. Who's like, he's giving away every fucking Christ. Just the annoyed guys who's like, because the guy that they want, like the guy above who was above friend says he's not really like an old buddy, but someone who just the guy they go to. I'm imagining is some fucking old boomer doesn't understand online video, and it's like, what? He's just having his show online, whatever. He's got a talk show. I don't care. What do you mean? But imagine like Italian mob shit, but internet meme bullshit too. It's very funny.
Well, yeah, Michael though I mean, you might have had he has his own pizza chain right now in California. Slices.
I don't know it.
I mean, I think he has one. He has one in L.A. I think there's one in Burbank.
Yeah.
I looked.
Yeah, the Steven Crowder shit was so fucking funny. It's
Well,
just such a huge lie of omission. It's like, it's amazingly funny.
Well,
I never even watched the guy, so I really don't know much about him. So.
they offered him, what was it, $50 million.
He was asking for like 200 million. And he's like, oh yeah, it's fair. I turned down 50 million because of my principles. It's like, no, it's because you wanted more, stupid. It's very obvious. It's because you asked for more.
And, I mean, yeah, I get it. He asked for more money, but I just thought that was just so dumb. And the thing I don't like is that the cult following thing with a lot of people now have with that Brett Cooper girl.
Yeah.
When I was I was wondering how old she was, and I guess she's 21, and I'm like, she looks like
Google it.
She's-
Anytime June hears a girl's name, he just frantically Googles her age.
And I guess you gaze and it makes.
That's a girl's name. What? How old is she?
Oh yeah.
Well-
better make sure she's.
I gotta know. Before I have an opinion, I gotta know how old this lady is.
well, I mean,
better make sure she's legal, right?
right. She just, I don't know. I mean, I don't
Oh
even
yeah,
think
when
that's
Candace
funny.
Owen threatened him, it was fucking great. Remember when Trump was like specifying Black Candace Owen, or did he do that, or is that just a joke I'm misremembering?
Oh no.
Trump says some wild shit. I hope he comes back on Twitter. He's apparently been unbanned. I hope
Well,
he
yeah.
comes back to Twitter. He was the best poster.
Yeah, no, I
Made so many
I,
people annoyed.
don't know. I don't know. I just said like let's have him just announce it. Like let's get Ted Nugent as president.
No, I don't want more people who date 14-year-olds.
The
I'd
rocker.
rather have less people who date 14-year-olds in power, actually.
The
I mean,
rocker.
hey,
Ty.
huh?
The rocker Ted Nugent.
Yes. So
How old is he? Isn't he like in his 70s?
I mean, he's. I mean, it's not like that flea we have in office now. So.
I don't want to get into that. We should definitely go on.
God, I thought Biden was going to be less funny than he is. But goddamn, that shit's so funny.
Oh yeah. No.
He's funnier than Trump in some aspects. Have you heard those fucking AI recreations of him? When they're talking about, like, Fallout New Vegas factions?
Sure.
It's so good. AI synthesis of presidents chatting about video games is so good. Captured them so well.
Yeah. You know, I think. Can anybody imagine Quinn as president?
I'd kill myself immediately if someone elected me. I'm sorry, I'd be suicided immediately.
You know what? No, at
By the
that
CIA.
point though. At that point though, you would break the record though for the shortest term.
Well, no, I'm just saying I'm not going to make it to fucking office. The CIA is going to kill me before I'm inaugurated.
Or maybe.
Is there any chance maybe we can get Vermin Supreme in there? If anyone remembers him.
He rules.
I
That guy's such a
You know
fucking
about
punk.
Vermin Supreme?
Maybe. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
guy's so fucking punk rock. Holy shit.
Remember,
You know-
he did promise a free pony. A free
You
pony.
know, when I was a kid, I thought it'd be really cool to be president, but now it's like I don't know. I don't want to be president at all.
Yeah, and actually, I'd rather others aren't either. You know?
Because
Because they have
First
a lot
of-
on their plate.
I don't know. First of all, I think I have a big mouth sometimes, and I say stupid stuff, and I feel
Fair,
like I'd
fair point. Fair assessment.
and I think I'd accidentally get us nuked. So, I know my flaws. I just say stupid stuff sometimes. So,
I don't think any president can just get us nuked through rhetoric alone.
I don't know. With today's society,
President
Yes, you
has
could
to
say-
push
you-
some buttons for no effect.
I'm just saying it's not going to just be rhetoric. Rhetoric would be what was blamed, but it wouldn't be the rhetoric.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyone who
Oh,
pursues
so-
politics
so
is a
let's-
reptile. Absolutely.
Let's talk. Hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this though. Who's going to get slapped this year at the Oscars?
My meat. Isn't Rihanna doing a show there? That's what's getting slapped. Heyo.
Oh my god. I'm not going to make that. I am not going to make that joke.
I already made it. I'm
No,
going to
no, no, no,
jerk
no,
off to
no.
Rihanna at the Oscars. That's
No,
the joke,
no,
folks.
no.
So do
No.
you think Jada?
I probably won't watch him,
let's put
actually.
it's because of Rihanna. There was technically she's saying with two people at the during the Super Bowl halftime show,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like,
It's so
yeah,
funny when people are like, "Oh, she's wearing a pentagram." It's like, well, no, it's very clearly a safety harness, but also even in your weird, even when your weird out of focus image, it's still clearly got 6 points. You fucking idiots!
well, because
What do you think penta means? You fucking dum dums.
No, because she's pregnant. It's like, oh yeah, slap her. I was going to make a very bad joke, but I'm not going to
Oh,
say
about
that.
Chris Brown beating her? Yeah, that would have probably been a bad joke to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but who's going to get slapped this year? That's what I would like to know, because that's, to be fair, listen, I actually...
Might have been funny, too, if you'd made it.
I was gonna say, since Will Smith's in band, do you think Jada Pinkett still might attend without him?
Probably.
She will, and it'll...
Probably should get slapped, honestly. She basically kind of pushed Will Smith into doing it, because remember how he was first laughing and Jada goes over and looks at him and says, "You want me to cheat again?"
Yeah, sure, but is a man not in control of his own actions? It's on him still. As much as it's on her, it's more on him.
Both were at fault.
Yeah, I'm saying I just damn the action person more than the person that made it. Like, a good dude should be strong enough to not commit violence, but at least the lady's honor.
I still think, honestly, like that ban means absolutely nothing, because he can still get nominated. See, if I was head of the Academy, what I would do is, like, we're not going to recognize this award for the 10 years. Also, I would also try to get SAG involved too, where basically to try to take away, basically to see about what you can do about taking away his SAG card.
Why?
Because
do you think that'll stop him from working?
It would force him to basically to do non-SAG projects.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, it's actually kind of a blessing, because that means he can kind of name some prices of his that maybe he'd get better rates at SAG, but he can also pursue other things and still get paid. It's like, he's a guy who you can't touch by taking a SAG card. It doesn't really do that much for him. Well,
I mean, I think there would just be more of a hindrance on his career, because it's like I'm all right.
Might
Liam.
actually get him working more, actually.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like
he takes lesser paydays and shorter shoot roles, and he could maybe reinvent himself, actually.
Yeah, or just divorce Jada. But the only reason
he wouldn't have to.
Well, the only
reason just shifts his career into being maybe more. He does more movies, maybe lesser roles, lesser quality, still a payday.
Yeah, the only reason the divorce has not happened yet is because it would all come down to money, and Jada would try to get him for every child support payment and every spousal support payment, because she's worth $50 million and he's worth $350 million.
Yeah, maybe.
So Jada would get him for every penny. That's the only reason to divorce.
Weird, gossipy. I don't know. Gossip feels weird like this, I guess. I don't know. I guess I do it too, but on a much smaller scale with much smaller people.
Any way you slice it, he has to divorce her, even if he has to pay some kind of form of support or money. He at least would be free from the clutches of her to some degree.
Well, and she and
I'm sure they already have an arrangement they can fuck other people, to be honest.
I've heard, yeah, they do.
Yeah. Sounds like he's not living a terrible life there.
Margot Robbie for a bit, right?
Yeah, him and Margot Robbie had a fling.
But apparently, I guess that must have made Jada so jealous and mad. And she was like, "You end it, or I divorce."
Well, it was the rebound, because Jada cheated on him then, and so he cheated on Jada with Margot Robbie, because it was
maybe it's kayfabe. Who knows? Maybe it's a bit they're doing. He shouldn't have slapped Chris Rock, of course. Again, shouldn't commit violence at Milady's behest for her honor. I think that's a bad move. But I also think that thinking that revoking a SAG card will really accomplish anything might be more beneficial for him if you do. I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's like, I'll give Will Smith credit for this, though. It actually almost makes me want to just watch the Oscars just to see how many Will Smith jokes they make. You know what I mean? Almost.
Yeah.
It'll be hack, though. They'll probably do like a couple. It'll be hack.
Yeah. It'll be like disappointing, because it'll be like there'll be more than what you're expecting.
No, not really. I bet it's exactly what I'm expecting.
So there's a lot of open relationships, pretty much in that type of field, huh?
Yeah, celebrities tend to not to, especially at that level when they can.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just not kind of that important.
Yeah,
Value.
the always supposed honest couple might have been Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, but they never got married.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think I can understand why they. I think I can kind of understand why they haven't gotten married yet, because what they both went through really horrible divorces, and they just kind of wanted to be together.
Yeah, who needs the state for that?
And you know what? It's like, you know what? I mean, here's the thing. I'll say this: as a Christian, I can't really support that, but I support the idea of it.
Why?
Yeah.
Wait, why can't you support that? That sounds ideal from a Christian perspective.
Because the marriage concept of it, and being together, married.
Yeah, but they're married in the eyes of God, just not the state. Isn't that the scenario that they have?
Well,
essentially, they've committed themselves to each other. They're just not calling it a marriage.
I guess I'm just old school in the sense that you should be married in a church and all that.
For all we know, they might have been. They just weren't married in the eyes of the state. Is that not the case?
I mean, it could be a domestic partnership. They've never made it public, so they
could have had the thing in the church.
Maybe I don't know.
That's not really actually a part of marriage. That's the celebration of the religious aspect of marriage, but it has nothing to do with the actual legal process of marriage.
Okay, well, I mean, we don't know. I mean, but
so they could be living the perfectly Christian life there.
Based on what we know, only they're not. It's a unionized marriage, maybe in a church, but not through the state.
Right, which the Christian doesn't have anything to do with the state in this aspect. The ultimate state is God. They got permission from the top brass here. They don't need to check with the underling lieutenant. Okay,
well, we'll agree. We'll agree there, but
yeah.
But no, like Kurt Russell though, you gotta have the ball. At 17 years old, when he met Goldie Hawn, did you ever hear this story? They did a movie together, and he said to her, "I'm gonna marry you." It turns out, I guess he was right.
The 2023 version of this is he immediately gets written up by HR and fired from the production.
Well, it's Hollywood.
There's just no romance anymore, people say.
Well, but no. I love Kurt Russell though. I still love it though. Getting banned from The View, and then he just doesn't care. It's like, okay.
Yeah, hang on.
You heard about this?
No, and I didn't really care either. The View's stupid. In
my
opinion. So
yes, it is.
Watch it.
But no, he got banned from The View because he said they asked his opinion about guns, and Kurt Russell said, "Well, if somebody comes in my house and rapes my wife, then I'm going to shoot the bastard."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God damn it, I was going to get a fucking whatever. Yeah, I'm on it, bitch. Whack some fucking people.
If they try to rape your woman, and you just shoot the bastard.
Oh, no, I was talking about shooting Robbie's enemies for his daughter's for my goddaughter's baptism.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, well, not to say we're expecting it, but remember, if Robbie dies, then you got to take over.
Yeah, I'll train her into a killer, a fucking shooter. I'll be the retard who tactically trains her. We'll then go kill the mob.
I swear though, I don't know what it is. It's when Robbie dresses in the 1930s aesthetic though. He does
yeah.
have he has like a very old school leading man look to him.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad I had made the decision to have this coat. In that, it was something else, I believe, originally.
Well, he looks like an old school leading man. Like I think if he
Yeah.
was I think
That's
he
why
would
I
have been a
think the
star.
vape thing was so funny, because it's just like you'd expect a guy like that to have like a cigarette in his house. It's just like that still old school aesthetic, but then a modern vaporizer.
Yeah, I mean,
One of my favorite bits in that whole thing.
I was gonna say, you know, have him smoke some Lucky Strikes, but I didn't want the boss to get angry.
Well, yeah, I can't smoke in my apartment, so I vape, and I assume that would be the same of the character,
Right.
the unprofessional. That's who I am.
I mean, you could have
I
bought
think he's really literally the same, except the weird romance thing that he did in that movie.
I mean, you could have bought candy cigarettes.
Yeah, but that would that would really look less intentionally silly than having a vape, because a vape makes sense from the character standpoint. I think it'd be the vibe of the character I was trying to have it portrayed as is the old school like noir detective. A candy cigarette looks silly because there's no purpose to it other than the gag. The character himself in that style would not be. I don't know. It's too tonally different from what I wanted to portray, because to do that intentionally would require the whole thing to be more of a farce, and it's too obvious of a gag to do, in my opinion. However, the better gag was to have the character do something that is, while still the ridiculous juxtaposition, does make sense from the character's perspective.
And you hit it enough where it doesn't really look like vape. I mean, maybe it's a balm or something. I don't know. You know.
Well, no, it's intended to look like vape. It's intended to be that gag, but on a subtler level, because the character doesn't think it's silly.
I know, but I'm more interpreting it in other ways. You know, like, I know it's intended to be that, but like you framed it in a way where it couldn't. Maybe he is having a balm or something. Or
Yeah, Robbie wanted a cigar, but I wanted to also do practical smoke, and we also didn't have a cigar prop. But I think the vape decision is better for the practical smoke aspect of it too, because you can take that seriously. Like, there's a level where it's serious, and then there's a level where it's also silly.
Well, what type of cigar was Robbie wanting to get?
It would probably have been, if we'd gone out, a Swisher.
I was going to say
those are $1.
black and mild. Wood tipped.
Probably a Swisher Sweet. I don't know if 7-Eleven has black and milds. I probably wouldn't do that because I don't smoke those. I want to use it afterwards too.
Well, those taste good.
It's a little too hard for me, in my opinion. Most of those.
I like them just because they're less addicting, and cigars are less addicting too. For me,
I guess.
For me, at least. But yeah, hey,
oh, man, it was fun going over the reason for the guy, like, not the reason, the logic of the gun, because I did that shot was to show the gun prop, really, but also the mood, but going over the motion of how he would do it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
The details. You did have a cigar? I don't recall if you had a... Maybe you did have a cigar on set, I don't recall.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, hey, I'm pleased with it. Just, you know, I figured I just want to be more of the background now, and you know, I trust you guys. You guys need a franchise to make, so.
I mean, we've got several in the works already.
Yeah,
it's not like we have a need for a franchise idea. And the franchises we've got planned are pretty high grade, I would say, high grade concept.
This is more just to get you guys established. You guys truly want to be the next.
I don't think we're going to need the Hollywood intruder to build our name off of. Sorry.
Well, especially if you guys want to be the next Neville, Dean, and Taylor.
Yeah, what? No, I get that, but like, yeah, that's because of us, though. Like, I feel like you're trying to. You see us succeeding eventually, and you're trying to get in the ground floor here. It's what it feels like.
I mean, I just more want to be the Louis B. Mayer or the Walt Disney.
So,
Yes, you
like,
wanna-
what would that mean? What would that
You
be?
want to make Disney great again, pretty much, right?
No. The face of the face of a studio.
Why?
Um, well, Hollywood's dead. Somebody has to rise it up and bring back the magic. Why
I mean,
not
they
one?
don't really. I think that still has a lot of magic. I think Hollywood as a concept shouldn't be like idolatized or whatever, idolicized. Uh, I just think that's a little silly, you know. I think it should be more about the art.
Gee,
But I think that's the
Yeah.
artist's, responsibility, not the company's. We can't ever trust the companies to do that.
I mean, it's more. You get the best of both with me. That's the,
What would
studio.
be? Wait, hang on. What would be the best of both with you? Sorry.
You get the company, but you also, like you do you. You're the director and
What part of the company would you be though?
the face, the head.
So like just a reputation?
As of right now, because it's a non-profit company right now.
So you're trying to build your backs off of younger artists.
It's kind of how you get your name out there. Is we want to be a film company.
But film companies aren't people.
Every film company started out small.
Right, but like what are you bringing? I'm sorry, I'm just like but what would you be bringing as the company part of it to the table beyond your reputation?
The brand of Junebug Films.
What is the value in that though?
I mean, nothing quite yet because I'm not established.
Right,
And-
but like to do what you're doing, trying to build up a company, would be the ideal thing to do that, I would believe, is to provide some type of support in terms of like either financials or creatives.
That's
And like there's a lot of like responsibility to that. Like
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I can't support it financially because just not financially stable enough. But I will bring creative ideas and all that stuff, and give you guys the creative support. Like honestly, what I'm doing with Eric, the creative support.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
And because it's like with Eric, it's like he sent me the scripts. And I'm like, it's like, okay, I like your idea. You do you, though. It's your movie. I don't. I'm not going to be
so
that
then
studio.
what did you bring to the table there creatively?
Yeah, what would separate you from the rest?
Like what about I'm not trying to be like a gotcha here. I think it might be interpreted as one, but it's not. But like what were your creative contributions to the last one? The one that's available that you contributed to?
The last one I gave some. I gave the ideas that you basically kind of embrace the bad movie elements of it. Kind of like almost purposely try to make a bad movie in a lot of ways, like almost like I've been saying, almost do it more like literally have been telling him for the last movie is embrace the Monty Python meets South Park sort of stuff with it.
Was that in question that he was going to?
I think he
wasn't
was.
that what he was doing already?
He was, but he was a little hesitant, and I said, just embrace it. It's your movie,
But like, is there a specific creative idea beyond just ham it up? I guess. Was there like any? Do you write any scenes for it other than like your cameo?
I wasn't really involved that much in that last production just because of my technical issues I was having with my phone situation, but
Right, but I'm talking about like through email. Like, did you write any scenes or anything?
No, not really. I more just bounced off. We just bounced off ideas. So, but this
Okay,
one,
like what ideas did you like? What can you point to on screen and say that's my idea? Like that's my gag.
well, when we were talking about like a cameo for me, originally it was because he wanted me originally to be his can't make a cameo in all of his future projects. And he said, "What idea should I say?" So originally, my character was supposed to have an Apu accent, and I was going to deliver pizza to the party. And there was a whole setup with the toilet. It wasn't just me randomly on the toilet again. But he cut it out for time, and I'm like, okay. But originally, it was me doing my best Apu, and I have to go use the toilet because the pizza.
Do you think he cut it because of the woke mob? Maybe.
Eric doesn't really care about that stuff, honestly.
He seems like he does.
He doesn't.
Especially he's got a lot to lose now, and he's thinking as a businessman now.
He
Selling
doesn't
stuff to Tubi or whatever. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we're not really concerned about that because the tagline for this new movie is "If we don't get canceled, we didn't do our job."
Well, yeah, but that implies you'd have to you have to toe a line there, but you got to balance your edginess with business decisions. Like, you got to be careful as a business person. You can't be so edgy that it's just a sign of the times that people can cut you off at the level of I've seen people ruined because they can't deal with fucking MasterCard anymore. Like they get banned by their banks for doing edgy content. And I think that sucks, but it is something we have to be aware of as content creators. Not necessarily compromise your artistic integrity, but understand that we might have to suffer for our art, as fucking lame as that sounds.
I mean, I know that because of the My Pillow guy is a good example.
Yeah, Robbie brings up a good example. Were you gonna do it in brownface, like Justin Trudeau?
No, it was just me.
So you're not really that edgy, are you, huh?
Man, I have certain morals that I'm not going to do too, because I'm not going to do that brown face because that's it was just.
Why is that any more different than just doing the accent? That was would literally be the same problem, and it's treated the same.
I don't know. You told me. What? How is that any different?
Well, literally, they made a documentary about it. That's what the gag of you doing it would be referring to.
No, it was...
To be edgy, it requires it to be about the documentary, or it's just you doing an Indian accent. But for anyone to think that's relevant, it would have to be referring to the recent controversy. That would have to be what you'd write the jokes about with that accent.
Ew.
Or are we just going to pretend the documentary and the big, huge stink about a poo didn't happen, in which then, what's the joke then, other than you're ripping off The Simpsons?
It was just me talking to Indian like this,
Right, I know. I get that. But as a gag that only really works right now because it would be referring to the documentary about how much people had a problem with the poo.
I mean...
That's why it would be a funny bit to do. That's what makes that bit funny.
Even as as far as the whole, banking thing, it's like, I don't have to worry about that because I'll continue to use my small town bank, and I don't ever really plan on getting, MasterCard.
All right. No, I get that. I mean, that's not a very, I guess it's not a very, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't live that lifestyle personally, not being able to deal with any bank but local, that curbs a lot of online sale, purchasing too. So I'm not going to live that life. But, if you aren't worried about that, then it would be about a thing about morals then. And I don't see the difference of doing the Apu voice and then also, how much more of a step, why would it be much more of a step to just put on the brown face? I'm just making those more equivalent, I guess. I think those are essentially the same thing. Unless it would be writing jokes about the documentary. Which is about why why people think that's a problem.
It's just one of those things that I was like, okay, I'm not really. We just thought it'd be just dumb funny.
point of making that joke is to kind of also offend.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it was more just to say, "Shut."
Right, but then why not go all the way?
I
What would
mean,
be more morally wrong about going all the way there? If it's something you're not worried about being canceled about, then why not go all the way?
because I mean, brownface is wrong, and even
Right,
putting
but why would the accent also not be?
because at that point it's like, I mean, yeah, maybe it's an Indian accent, but maybe, I mean, here's the other thing. Like, okay, I went to a restaurant one time and I saw this white guy, white guy, like white, like you and me, Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
You would not, and then all of a sudden, he had this very thick Mexican accent.
Right, the juxtaposition of that is funny, yeah, but
so
it is also still open to the same critiques, I believe, as brownface.
So, to me, it would be like you see this white guy, and then all of a sudden he has this Indian accent. It's like you take a double look, and because like when I was at the restaurant, it was our waiter.
So that's the joke, is that he just has an Indian accent, though?
Yeah,
because that wouldn't be an Apu thing then.
Well, maybe I described maybe our little squabble is me just maybe it's my fault because I described it wrong. I just talked in an Indian accent that was inspired by Apu.
Okay, so it's not being an Apu character?
No, it was just an Indian accent mimicking Apu.
Okay, then I guess the miscommunication was bringing in the reference to Apu. I could have understood it as just if you just said the Indian accent. Like, I would imagine that's where you'd have taken it, is from Apu.
But maybe it was
I didn't think you were gonna go Daniel Day-Lewis and like fucking go through a language course.
Yeah, maybe it was just my dumbass.
Yeah. No, but yeah, you over-explained yourself there.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, we all assumed June would laze out and just do the Apu voice from The Simpsons. That was the expectation. We didn't think you'd do any work on it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know Hindu.
Yeah, I know, and you wouldn't take the time and effort to actually learn the accent, which would probably sell a bit better, but you're not gonna go through that work.
I mean, the only language I know is Elvish. So.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite Elvish racial slur?
Tolkien never made any.
How do you know?
I tried.
Oh, what would you typically use as your racial slurs for Elvish stuff? Like, what was the etymology?
I'm not gonna say them live.
Oh.
Let's put it this way. Any slang word that you think like racial slur, I tried in Elvish.
Yeah, you tried a lot of it. You tried a lot of racial humor in Elvish.
Yes.
You just go into clan meetings and speaking Elvish. That would be such a funny bit. On like a sketch comedy thing, some guy going like some nerd like.
To be fair,
made up some Elvish bullshit from fantasy novels and pretends that's something.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure. I guess
that's just the KKK in general.
To be fair, I am pretty sure that if somebody actually wanted to figure out how he wrote the language, somebody probably could come up with how you would say the slurs or bad words, because that's
what did the elves think of Puerto Ricans?
Well, that would be
Puerto Rican. Arundel think of Puerto Ricans? I think they're an interesting people.
Puerto Rican would be more like.
What would Arundel call Puerto Ricans if he saw them?
I don't know, because Puerto Rican would be like more in this part of the area. I mean, in North America, because it's supposed to be England. That would be.
But it's by the way, I want to specify it's a Puerto Rican that looks like Stuttering John, so he looks Italian.
And that would be more like That would be Valinor.
What would Arundel of whatever Elf Kingdom? What would he think of Stuttering John Melendez?
I mean, the part where we're talking about in Arda,
how close is that to New Jersey?
Valinor is North America in Arda, so
Uh-huh.
Tolkien never really finished that part, and Valinor technically is supposed to be heaven. So
Wait, you said Tolkien never finished New Jersey? I wish we could be finished with New Jersey. Hey, yo. Got him.
but no, but Valinor is supposed to be heaven. So literally, for elves and all that stuff, and so it'd be like he never
I'm
really.
imagining Hugo Weaving just speaking like with a Jersey accent.
I don't know. I mean,
Hugo Weaving plays Tony Soprano.
believe me, I actually did try that when I was learning Elvish to find out if there are any slurs or bad words I could say in Elvish because I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, especially if certain orcs,
Yes,
as you call them.
Yes. Sir. Yeah. I mean, about every slur I tried to see if it's an Elvish. So
Yeah, it was just a big mistake
Almost
going to that
Elvish.
fucking battered woman's home and streaming him.
Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, but we can continue this off stream. That way we can basically be uncensored and just no filter whatsoever. So
okay.
end it. Thanks for stopping by, Ty, John, and people in the chat. Robbie, always a pleasure. Definitely
guess.
stick around, and we shall see what happens for the rest of March. Let's hope that the elves or the elvish won't get a hold of us.